seconds, so we're gonna bring it back. Alright, pencils down. Alright, thumbs up if you are able to complete the map. We didn't have anybody complete it? Come on now, guys. Yeah, 3 boxes were not, okay, so then I mean I should see that thumbs up. Remember, only 3 boxes were not filled in because there are gonna be 6 spots because we had a key up here and you're only supposed to use those keywords up there to fill them out. Thank you, Kingston. Thank you, Riley. So I should see a lot more thumbs up that we completed the map. Now?
Oh.
That was the whole map, with the exception of 3 boxes that were not gonna be filled because we only had 6 words that were supposed to be on the map. And I told you 3 boxes were not gonna be filled in because they are gonna be filled in at a different spot in our chapter. Alright. Let's go over it just to make sure that we got, we don't have one on the board, but I'll walk around. Where was Mexico?
Like there, North America.
So we'll start here. Yep. Mexico was this one up here.
Yes.
Yes. All right. The one below that. Was that one filled in?
No.
No. Good job. All right. So go to the left. And that was, what was it, Kingston? The Gulf of Mexico. Okay, good.
Oh.
I know it was a little bit harder because the picture was smaller in the book, and so you really had to look, right? Yeah, so that means we really had to reference back to the book as your reader. Alright, the one below that, what was it, Kindle? The one below, what was it, Jade? The Yucatan Peninsula, correct, good job. Natalie, what was below that, did you get there? Oh, you I was not here, I had to go get the restroom. What about you, Becca? Help her out? What was below the Yucatan Peninsula? The Yucatan Peninsula. That was that one. One in the pink. That was that one. What's below that one? Caribbean Sea. Yep. And then the last one below that, along the dotted line, Brooklyn. Equator, that's correct. All right. So we will reference back to this map later on in our chapters because again we have 3 boxes that were not filled in. Alright, so we already asked what are some ways, so we already answered what are some ways in which animals were domesticated. And we said they were, how were they domesticated in the civilizations? Shane? Pencils are down. Tracking Miss Faye. Kendall? Caleb? Pencils down. What are some ways that the animals were domesticated back in the civilizations of the Mayans and the Incas and the Aztecs? Jade?
They could be like, if they had like the cow, they would like teach them to calm down, not run all wild.
Yeah, so they were able to herd them, right? So they were all able to collect them and then we were able to take them out to the fields and let them eat their grass, and we were able to do what with them, Joseph? What do we do with cows? Milk them, so we have milk, right? And they were able to use that milk. Alright, so according to our, chapter 1, page 2, there is a map with some arrows on it. It early humans migrated across Earth's continents, and you see those arrows. I want you to take your finger and I want you to trace those arrows. I want you to locate to see which way those arrows went. They went all sorts of ways, right?
Everywhere. This way.
Everywhere.
Up, left, down.
But
Up, down, left.
why do you think these humans chose to migrate? Where do they mostly go to? Towards the south of the Americas? Why do you think they all went towards the south? Anybody can give me a guess of why? Raise your hand. Destiny?
I just think that they went to South America because, I'm just guessing so they can find food.
Okay, yeah, so they migrated that way because they went towards where the food was, right? That's what our human nature does. So if we had to hunt a certain buffalo or something, and they all went down south, are we gonna go down south too?
Yeah.
We're not gonna go down south today. If we can't find them, if the buffalo went down south and that's where our food went, is that where we would go?
Yeah.
Or we're gonna stay wherever we are?
We're going downtown to take
We're gonna go downtown? Are you got downtown to go to?
I'm gonna go get some food there.
Yeah, I'd like to. Alright, tracking this way. Alright, so if, for example, the buffalo, they migrate just like birds migrate and stuff like that. They migrate towards the south because why? During our winter, which is what kind of temperatures is it? It's cold, right? So if you're cold and you know down further south it is more warm. Why not go there, right? So that's where I went. No, we cannot. So that's why they went towards the south because the temperatures and food all migrated down that way. So they all went towards the south. Now once it got colder, because what do our seasons do? They change. So once it changed down there, what do you think they went back to? If they all went south when it was warmer and that season changed, where did you think they went, Sophia, after the seasons had changed down south? Where would you have gone if you're down south and it's done being summer and it has changed to winter? Where do you think, are you going to just continue to stay there? Now where would you go? You would go back north, right? That means that season has changed because everywhere around the world, are we all in the same season? Like we're in our almost fall, getting close to winter because is it the same across the world? No, so seasons change, so once you change, you're going to migrate towards what is best for you. Are you going to continue to be cold, Liam?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would. Alright, so let's track the book back to page, let's go to page 4. Let me get Louise, winner, chicken dinner, you're my reader. Tracking Louise. Track. You tracked yourself, I know. You're on page 4. Start with the title and read that first paragraph for me.
Mesoamerica, the Maya, the Aztec. Mesoamerica or Middle America was home to the Maya and the Aztec civilizations. This region lies north of the equator and an area called the tropics. It includes a portion of present-day Mexico and North America and parts of Central America. It occupies much of the isthmus that joins the continents of North and South America. The present Central American countries of Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua, and northern Costa Rica are all parts of Mesoamerica. Mesoamerica has very diverse landscapes and surrounded by water on three sides. It lies between the Gulf of America and the Caribbean Sea, and was home to many Maya warm, humid rainforests. Covering the southern part of the peninsula, its lush vegetation supports animals as varied as jaguars, snakes, bats, monkeys, toucans, and quetzal birds. The northern part of the Yucatan is drier and has no rivers, only lakes and swamps. The Yucatan's thousands of deep cenotes supply fresh water to the area, water needed in order for settlements to develop. Maya descendants are still here, no, there, living alongside the ruins of the ancient civilization.
Thank you, Luis. Alright, so what kind of I'm glad you are being very supportive, but we don't need the copy. Alright, so what are the geographical features of the Yucatan Peninsula? Anybody can refer back to our reading. Let's see. Natalie, what is a geographical feature of the Yucatan Peninsula? The Yucatan Peninsula. Refer back to your reader. It's in your reader. Alright, we're gonna ask another friend. So let's think about that. A peninsula. What is a geographical feature again? Somebody raise your hand and tell me what a geographical feature means. What is a geographical feature? Okay, is that a hand raise or just something rubbing your head? Okay. Alright, and Naomi. Let's refer back to what we talked about a geographical feature meant. Phone a friend? Alright, Riley. She's right next door, Riley. What is the geographical feature of the Yucatan Peninsula? Woohoo! Thank you. Yes. The Yucatan Peninsula was an island, right? Or not island, but it was surrounded on all three sides with water. So they ate a lot of what, Liam? A lot of fish. Yeah, you can't go wrong with seafood, right? Alright, so yeah, if the peninsula was all three sides surrounded by water, the northern part was drier and didn't have any rivers, only lakes and swamps. And so it had thousands of cenotes that contained fresh water. So what are some examples of characteristics of civilizations that we learned about? So what kind of civilizations? We are a civilization, a group of people that live in a well-organized way. So what are characteristics? What are characteristics? Like, yeah, details. How would you describe a civilization? So the Mayans, how would you describe the Mayans? Did they live near water? Did they live on land? Like, what are characteristics? Did they spend a lot of time outside? They hunted. Did they hunt more fish when they didn't have water to fish with? No, that's not a characteristic of them, right? What is a characteristic of civilizations that we have learned about? what kind of civilizations have we learned about? Luis, you just read us about who?
Civilizations.
Yeah, which civilization did we just learn about? What was the title of the
Mesoamerica, the Mayan.
So we just learned about the Mayans and the Aztecs, right? So those are two civilizations that we just learned about. So what are characteristics of those civilizations? What can you tell me about them?
They're stronger part of the Venezuela. It's less vegetation supports as jaguars, snakes, bats, snow, toucans, and pets of birds.
Alright, so they had a lot of different exotic animals, right? So they live, well, I don't know, would you eat a jaguar? If you had to, right? Alright, so bring it back. So if we did live in that time, we would probably have to kill certain animals and eat certain things that we don't normally would think is normal in our civilization now. Like, right, so we wouldn't think of eating snakes and monkeys. They, some countries do eat snakes.
I eat my family.
And they skin them, they drink their blood and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, we might not think it is very. Yeah. Okay.
I got her at the beach.
Alright, so have you read about, alright, the question is, why were the Maya, Aztec, and Incas considered pre-Columbian civilization? You're gonna answer, Natalie? What is that? What? Baby girl, this ain't no clinic. Yeah, it's not. Alright, so I need someone to help me answer, why were the Maya, Aztec, and Incas considered pre-Columbian civilizations, Riley? What does pre mean? Before Columbian? So pre-Columbian, so who sailed the 7 seas? Christopher Columbus. So before Christopher Columbus civilization, so they were already here in the Americas before the Spain. We learned this right before in another grade. Christopher Columbus sailed the 7 seas in 1776, something like that. I don't remember. I have more, but
1788.
1788. I got it. Alright. Alright, let's continue to read. Oh no, we can't continue to read. We only, okay, yeah, we can continue to read. Alright, so let's go to page 5. To Yamu. I only have 2 more 6 left, so you're one of the 3 that have left. Alright, read page 5 for me.
The Aztec created an intricate empire which cities under one
Central
government. This empire became more like
Peninsula. Peninsula.
in the valley of Mexico, and extended
Extended.
across much of
to the Aztecs created a magnificent empire with cities under one central government. The empire began north of the Yucatan Peninsula and in the Valley of Mexico, and it extended to the central parts of Mexico, surrounded by mountains and volcanoes, and it was full of wildlife. And the ruins of the pyramids mark the landscape, which the Aztecs, you can still go down to central Mexico, and then you can go see, I'm sure they still have a couple of more pyramids that you're able to go see where the Aztecs actually started living. Alright, continue. Let's see. Where's that? Ethan. Ethan Reed, South America, the Inca. Andes,
mountains of present day here,
Peru.
Peru. It grew to
Include
parts of
Ecuador, Bolivia, Chile,
and
Argentina.
Argentina. The landscape and
Climate,
climate
very
greatly across this enormous stretch of land. Deserts and warm valleys lie
beneath, frigid,
snow cracked peaks. Llamas
and alpacas.
and alpacas are
Native
native to its mountain area. These warm-necked animals were domesticated
domesticated,
and carry heavy loads